For the Farmington High School boys basketball game, we have the Knights taking on the Desoto Dragons tonight here on the 17th, I believe, of Wednesday. It's a cold but okay night here, and I have my colleague Jack Pinkley here with me. And Jack, how do you see this game turning out?
Well, I'd really like to see Farmington continue their winning streak. They're on a 5-game winning streak right now after winning the Christmas tournament against South Iron in the championship game. And I really like the starting lineup I'm seeing from the Knights. They've got England, Callahan, Ankrum, Hardy, and Pratt starting tonight. They're all really good players, and Jordan Ankrum is probably going to be the stud tonight as he was in the championship game of the Christmas tournament, scoring a team-high 11 points. So I'd like to see him really get down to it like he did at the end of that Christmas tournament, and Knights come away with a win.
Well, you got your starting lineups there from the Knights, and here they are from the DeSoto Dragons. You got Brendan Rowland, Jeremy Edwards, Sean Leonard, Lamont Allen, and Caleb Keene. And we will stand here for the national anthem. And that was our national anthem, and we will get the players coming now. Jack, with the Knights, you got your two-star players in Jordan Ankrum and Logan Ingram. How do you see them performing this game?
Well, I see Logan. Hopefully, I really want Logan Ingram to take control of the game. I want him to control the tempo, make sure that DeSoto is playing our tempo and not theirs. And then I'd like to see Ankrum just dominate down low, getting the rebounds, getting the putbacks, throwing up shots, mid-rangers, just scoring all over the place tonight.
And, I've been seeing this player who moved here a couple years ago from Eureka. His name's Brett Mann, and he really performed well in the Christmas tournament, and he's performed well all season. Well, do you understand why he might not be starting this game?
Well, I think he's not starting this game because, and from what it looks like, DeSoto's running a pretty short lineup, and they really need man coming off the bench. They really need a post guy that comes off the bench, gives Ankrum a break, gives Pratt a break when they need it. They really don't have that. I know they've got Nagel and Gage, but those guys, they can't perform as well as Brett Mann can.
I also got this other question. You got your juniors and some other seniors that have been taking a lot of time on the bench. And, there's some games in this season where the Knights have been pretty far ahead, like the North County game, and those players didn't get in they got in with only about 2 or 3 minutes left. Do you think they need more playing time?
Well, what the system Callahan runs, a lot of people get to play. He puts in maybe 10 people a game out of the 13 or 14 he's got on the roster. So with that heavy rotation, he's got people to play those minutes that it doesn't really matter other than the juniors that are on the bench.
Okay, we got Callahan here up on the top of the key. Over to England. Hardy down here in the corner. We got England up at top again. He swings it over to Callahan. Callahan with the pass back to England. Trying to get a play inside for Ankrum. You got a pass over here to Callahan. Callahan with the three. And it's not good. It's going off. And Desoto will get it. And they bring it down the floor here.
That was pretty good ball movement by the Knights on that first possession. I like to see them keep doing that, and the shots will start to fall sooner or later.
The defense is rotating pretty well over here. And, I see a pretty good job at staying, keeping them out. Keeping them out is definitely what you need to do. Don't get anything inside for 31. And looks like number 15 to get the ball and turn and score. We got a quick play coming down here with England. Coming to the corner over here to Hardy. Hardy shoots it for the three. Just short. Ankrum with the rebound and puts it back up for the two. Got number 33 for the Desoto Dragons bringing it up the floor. Over to number 12. Back up to the top of the key. Trying to get something going here. Oh, takes it in and with the wild shot gets it to Hardy on the rebound. Hardy brings it down the floor. Looking for anything up to Ankrum for the three off the back of the wall. Jack, do you think Jordan's going to be a key on the outside and on the inside in this game?
I'm not sure he's going to be that much of a key on the outside. I think that he could be a key on the outside if he really wanted to, but he needs to stick inside because that's where he plays his best.
I don't know. I think he's a strong player, but I agree with you, he definitely needs to stay down on the block. You got Callahan here over in the corner, Ankrum faking the shot up to it, and that is a 7-0 start here for the Knights as we take you into the January 17th game. Got it up on the top of the key here. Number 31 passes it over. We got some movement up here on the top, just outside the arc. And looks like he's moving up. We got 3 seconds in the key here. So how does the defense look here for the Knights, keeping it to a 7-0 start after a good 2.5 minutes?
Well, I saw a lot of great defense down there in that post on that last play. Eli really would not give 31 a chance to even get the shot up. Kept him in the lane for 3 seconds to get the penalty.
Yeah, definitely what I was thinking. It's a quick, strong defense that the Knights are holding, and it's really keeping this game what they want. We got a little flick over here, and it's going to stay with the Knights. Do you think the defense for the Dragons might be holding them back a little bit and this game could be higher, or do you think this is just exactly what Coach Callahan is wanting from this game?
Well, I think it's what Coach Callahan, I think it's a mixture of both. DeSoto's been playing really good defense so far. The Knights are just moving the ball around, and if you move the ball around enough,
you get that to happen.
Defenses,
definitely some mistakes happening here, but that's just at the beginning.
Some mistakes are going to happen when you move the ball around, but if you move the ball around and there's no mistakes, the best of defenses will start to give up shots and they'll get open looks.
Shot out here on the arc, and could be, that is the first points for the Dragons on the night. It is 7-3. As we're getting ready to reach the 4 minutes and 30 seconds mark. Ankrum's down here, and England from the top of the key. And he gets the rebound back. And he will try and start this play again with Hardy over here in the corner, trying to do something. And I believe it will stay here with the Knights. And another messed up play. Dirty.
I'm surprised to see Logan England taking that shot so early. Usually he's not the guy who shoot the threes. He's the one who's going to drive in and try and draw the foul. Usually it's Callahan or Hardy on the threes, and there's another one.
Apparently feels like he's got something going on tonight, but the Dragons are taking it down the floor pretty quick here. It seemed like a walk there, but it's an outside shot for 2, and that'll add to the Dragons score. It should be a 2. It's 7-6 on the scoreboard. It should be 7-5. Got Hardy down here in the corner, and Callahan into Pratt. Impressive move, and it's 9-6. Pratt with the dose.
Desoto's looking pretty good on their 3 so far, even though the second one was a little controversial. They're still looking pretty good, and I'm not sure about that one.
A little foul here on Eli Pratt. That should be the team's first and his first. So,
from our view, that looked like all ball to me, but the ref saw something different.
Early in the game, you get that kind of call going on, but, should be 2 free throws, yeah, and he will make the first one.
Man and Barnes are coming in.
Okay. Barnes, what kind of player do you see him as?
I see him as a player that gets the momentum back on the Knights side. He's the one who tries hard on every play. He can hit the big shot when they need it, and he can come through for his team. He's that kind of guy that just gets the team excited.
So he's kind of like your, special utility player like you'd find in the baseball team with a quick defensive movement right there to come back, get the ball on a dumb mistake by the Knights. England passes out to Ankrum for another 3 on the night, and it's just off the backside of the rim. Dragons will bring it down here on a quick, and we'll take another 3 for the Dragons, and it's a miss. And with Callahan, off of the Dragons, seems like, and we got a little call going here. And it's going for the Knights. So a little sloppy here at the beginning, but, you think that's just how it is always in the first quarter?
Well, I think we're taking way too many threes. I think we need to start working the ball inside, getting those inside shots, instead of just waiting for this 3 to open up and then taking that.
I've been seeing a lot of openings by players coming down, moving into the block. You got Ankrum and Barnes moving both in. And, the shots are just not really improving. They're just being the same sloppy mess. The Knights will get it back here on a mess up by the Dragons. Have an inbounds play here for bringing it in is Logan England. And you got 2 flashers coming in. And Callahan with a 3. It's up, and it's good. It is 12-8. And we had another foul on the play by the Dragons. And it is the Knights' ball again. And it's just more sloppy play by the Dragons.
Dragons don't look like they really came to play today. The Knights, however, haven't been on the top of their game. This game could easily already be a double-digit lead for the Knights.
A 3 by Barnes is a no-go, and the Dragons will get it. And he's bringing it down the floor, 1 on 5, and now the rest of the team catches up. And he'll pass it over here onto the right side of the wing. 15 takes it in, and it should be an easy 2. Oh, no. It's a jump ball. Should be the Dragons' ball. And, still sloppy play. I can't get over how sloppy it is. And he brings it up here onto the top of the key. And taking it, driving into the, it's up and not good. Ankrum with the rebound. With the player coming right behind him, takes it down the floor, and it's up for 2, and it's good with the foul. Foul on number 15, and Ankrum will be taking 1 shot here as the Knights lead it 14-8 with 1:49 left on the clock. Ankrum makes it, and the Dragons will bring it in. Tight defense here by the Knights, keeping them out, and they finally get it into 33. Still strong. And it's a tip, and the Dragons will get it back after Callahan knocks it out of bounds. timeout here by the Dragons with 1:45 left. It's 15-8. You know, we're going to take it off of the basketball thing here. Super Bowl is coming up. You know, you're a big fan of football, and well, a big fan of basketball, but I'd say you're more into football. And who, coming out of the conference championships, who do you see coming into the Super Bowl?
Well, since you asked, in the NFC, I really like those Seattle Seahawks. They got that defense that everyone desires to have. They got the running game. They can just pound it up the middle. They got the throwing game with Russell Wilson. I like them coming out of the NFC. And then in the battle of the two best quarterbacks of our time, Manning and Brady, I see Manning. He's got more support on his team. His defense, half of his starting defense isn't hurt like Brady's. And he's got the wide receiving core that it takes for him to be a great quarterback. So I see the Broncos-Seahawks Super Bowl.
All-West thing we look for. I think the Seahawks will win, definitely. Definitely a Seahawks championship. But, you know, anything's supposed to happen. And you got Barnes here with the 2. And the Dragons will bring it down the floor. Do you see any future for our St. Louis Rams anytime soon? Or, I mean, do you see, like, a Manziel coming to the Rams?
I'd like to see a Manziel going to the Rams. I'd like to see the Rams give up on Sam Bradford. He has not proven himself. And I feel like Manziel could be the next franchise quarterback of the Rams.
Yeah, but do you see him as good as Russell Wilson?
I see him more of a Cam Newton type player.
He's not as big, definitely not as big. So he can't be, you know, that running, not a strong running, but he's a quick jumper, I'll tell you that. Controversial call here. It was a foul on Eli Pratt over the back, it seems like. Oh, no, a hook call. You know, it's just more and more sloppy play. I hope Coach Callahan tells his kids this, and I hope the Dragons coach tells his kids this, because this game is just a big mess. And, you know, it's not exciting to the fans. It's not exciting to the players to see a terrible played game. But it's all up to the coaches and the players to make that decision on how the game goes. Close call here. Yes, it is 10 seconds on the Dragons. And we'll be bringing it back for the Knights with 30.1 seconds on the clock. What kind of play you see here? A quick drive to the basket, or?
I think the Knights are going to use up the rest of the clock here, get rid of the first quarter.
And then another 3.
I assume it's going to be a 3 for the last shot, but I think they'll run the clock. Give it to probably Jonah or DJ. Maybe Logan will shoot it.
Got Devin Nagel in now for the final seconds of the first quarter. Barnes takes the 2 over here from the corner, and he does make it as we take it into the final 10 seconds of the first quarter. Desoto tries and brings it down, and they're stuck over here in the corner. And it looks like the time will draw out as we finish it, and that is the end of the first quarter. A sloppy one that it is. And Jack, how'd you see that?
Well, I saw a lot of sloppy play on both sides, but I'm really glad that the Knights pulled it together a little towards the end. They were looking a little less sloppy, and they came out of the first quarter with that 11-point lead.
Yeah, definitely what I saw. What do you see going into the second quarter? Maybe a little play by some juniors, or do you think it's still going to be your average 5?
I think it'll just be the same 5, same 7 or 8 that played here. But I see them really working that inside, trying to get those mid-range jumpers that they're actually really decent at. But they just want to shoot the 3 because that's what the game's evolved to. It's evolved to whoever can shoot the 3s the best will win the game. So hopefully the Knights will get away from all that and get inside the paint and start scoring.
Okay, since I know you're interested in football, how'd you like seeing that Florida State and Auburn BCS championship game?
Well, that was very disappointing for me, considering I am an Auburn fan. 18-point lead in the fourth quarter, and you just give it up. So so it was a very disappointing one. Exciting one. That it was the way to end the BCS era in college football. But really wish Auburn would have pulled that out.
Well, no Missouri teams in that, but we do have a Missouri team going on right now, the St. Louis Billikens, in their new 24 ranking tonight, taking on St. Bonaventure. It's 22-22, getting into the first half, and we're bringing it back now to the Knights and Dragons game. You got the Dragons down here on top of the key, over 2:31. It passes it back out to the top of the key, trying to get something in, but it seems like the Knights defense is still keeping them out on top of the arc. Got a foul here. It seems like it could be on Barnes or Nagel. It's on Nagel. Do you see Nagel as a productive player to the Knights? Or is he just...
Well, he makes a lot of mistakes. He gets his game, like when he plays, he gets too fast, he gets too hurried, he has to do this quick, and he'll just make mistakes. But he's a good player to have. He's big, he's tall, he can push people around down low, grab all those rebounds.
Should be off of the Dragons, and it will be, and it stays down here with the Knights. Yeah, Nagel, he's a really big kid, and he shows, I don't know, dominance for the Knights, being overpowering as he comes in and just strikes fear in the opposite team. Barnes over here on the corner, and it gets back to Callahan on the corner, takes the three, and he will miss it, but man with the shot, and he puts it back up, and he misses it, and Nagel misses it as well. Sloppy shooting. We had sloppy defense in the first quarter, now we got sloppy shooting. Nothing's working for the Dragons here. Like, what would you change here? Would you change more into a...
They start their offense way too far outside of the actual playing area, and then they toss up shots like that. I feel like they think there's a shot clock.
That should be another foul on Devin Nagel. That should be a second. That is his second, as the Dragons will take it to the line here 4-2. Other updates on NCAA basketball men's. You got number 16 Massachusetts down by 1 to George Mason about halfway through the second half. Michigan State is up 11 on Northwestern, ending the second half. And at halftime, Oklahoma State is up on TCU 39-25. You know, Oklahoma State, that's a big surprise, you think, to the NCAA basketball this year?
It's a big surprise, but I don't think it's the biggest surprise because they still have Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
I think the biggest surprise would probably be Wichita State, Massachusetts, or Wisconsin. No one expected those guys to do what
Wisconsin's definitely going to move down after losing that game previously. But, you know, why isn't Arizona, an upset this year?
Well, they've got that new freshman that everyone knew was going to be good right away. They've got 2 other returning starters.
Another 2 here for the Knights. We'll bring it to 21-8. You can continue on, Joe.
Yeah, they've got returning starters. They've got that new freshman. I had a feeling they were going to be pretty good. I didn't know they were going to be number 1, but that's just a bunch of upsets from everybody else.
Definitely. We'll go into a full timeout here for the players as we approach 5.5 minutes left on the second quarter. You know, I don't really see Massachusetts much, but apparently they're making some noise. They've made noise in the past, and St. Louis, definitely a good team again, coming in, being 15-2 on the season. Do you see them maybe at a win in the A-10?
I mean, St. Louis has a top 5 defense in the country, and I saw a stat, they haven't let another team score 58 points on them since December 18th of last year. So they have one of the best defenses in the entire nation, and that could really come in handy come March.
Definitely a big team coming in, keeping some good players as other good players have been leaving. But the good good franchise they got going here, especially after one of the coaches passing away a couple years ago. But, Billikens have held it on and kept the team strong and definitely making noise last year in the NCAA tournament. But, what about Mizzou basketball? Disappointing season, maybe?
I wouldn't say disappointing, but I wouldn't say good. They're having an average season. Nothing really exciting has been for them so far. They had that good win against UCLA early in the season. But other than that, they really haven't been that impressive.
What about Kentucky falling down?
Kentucky's
down.
been a disappointment this year. Ever since they lost to Michigan State, they've been a disappointment. But when you lose a game in overtime off of a last-second putback dunk, there's really not much you can do about that. But it was Arkansas, and in basketball, Kentucky should always beat Arkansas. Arkansas is just not that big of a basketball school as Kentucky is. So when you're Kentucky and you're losing to Arkansas, the season isn't going how you planned.
And the Dragons bring it down the floor here, and a steal. Oh, no, he puts it back on the line. And Garrett Callahan, good defensive player this year from what I've seen. Definitely productive in the Christmas tournament with multiple turnovers and great offensive play as well. The Dragons will take it out on top of the key and pass it over here. And they get it back to the corner, another three, and it's off the backboard. Ankrum with the rebound. Ankrum, big player for the Knights. Definitely strong, productive. England here with a three, and he finally makes it. And he'll quickly get back here on defense. A little rush of adrenaline. I've had that feeling.
Yeah, when you get into it's easy to do it in practice, but when you get into a real game, it gets hard because you got adrenaline pumping. You're trying to do everything quick so you don't get embarrassed by someone blocking you. So you got to do things quick, and then that throws off your tempo that you usually have when you're shooting. But it looks like he might have finally calmed down, as the Knights are threatening to take a 20-point lead.
Another foul here on the Dragons. That should be their third for the night, as the Knights have 5 on the night. It's definitely a slow-paced game. It's not as exciting as it could be for the Knights, as they're not really approaching the game with a big mentality to win this game by a lot, since the Dragons do not have double-digit points yet. Do you see the Knights possibly putting 35 or more on the first half?
Not from the shooting I've seen so far. Maybe if they get their shooting together. If they get their shooting together, I could see over 40 points in the first half from them. Desoto's really letting them have whatever shot they want. And about you said the mentality, every time we play a conference team, we come into the mentality that we're going to beat them. We're Farmington. And that did not work out last year, especially in district play when we lost to Central in the first round. So once we get over our Farmington mentality, then we are an extremely decent team, and we can definitely win conference, and I can see us going to sectionals or state this year in basketball.
I don't know if I can see us defeating a strong teams down in Cape. But, there's always that chance, and there's always something that happens. Look at who was that team that beat Mizzou a couple years ago in the first round? 215.
Lehigh? No, Norfolk State.
Norfolk State. So, everything's possible. So, you got Ankrum here with another 2 as they move it to 26-10 here with about 3 minutes and 10 seconds left here on the clock. Another foul here for the Knights. It is the 6th foul for the night. And that is the first. Oh, no, it is the 7th. We will move here into 1-and-1. That is a foul on Justin Bain. And that is the first shot made. It's 26-11 now, here with 3:10 left on the clock. Now, Jack, second quarter definitely seeing the same thing as in the first quarter. Sloppy defense, sloppy offense.
Well, I think we've pulled our defense together. It looks better than it did in the first half, or the first quarter. But our offense is still just as sloppy. We're still trying shots like those instead of trying to get ones close to the basket that you have a better chance of making.
You know, I'm seeing a lot of selfish play, it seems like. A lot of three-point shots going up, not taking time to get them. And, you know, the score could definitely be 40-11. I could see that. You got not so smart shots by the big men outside, but if they're making it, let them take it. But, you know, the Knights aren't as strong as they think they are tonight on offense. But, you know, the only way to make it is keep shooting it. Another three here for the Knights, and it's an air ball by Justin Bain. Strong defense here, trying to keep it back as the Dragons take it down the floor. Got a man wide open in the bank, and he takes it in a wild shot. And Bain with the rebound, gets it to England. England tries, controls it. Kind of quick. Hardy here with another three for the Knights, and it's another miss for the Knights. It'll stay here after a sloppy play by number 31 of the Dragons. Got three players coming out. Ankrum, Mann, and England. So kind of a new team here. Bringing in Callahan, Barnes, and Nagel, but it's definitely, you know, the same thing you see a lot. Barnes here with the shot up at the free throw line, makes it, and now it's 28-11.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the stat sheet here. We're 3 for 14 on our threes in this game so far as a team. We've got Ankrum's made 1 of 2, Garrett's made 2 of 3, or 1 of 3, and England's made 1 of 3, but everyone else has not made a three-pointer yet. So I don't see why the Knights continue to play a game that they're not good at, it looks like, tonight. Usually they can shoot the three. They have those shooters that are able to make a three nonstop, but tonight it just doesn't look like it's their night.
Definitely not a controlled play right there. It's got another player down here, and they will take time for him, as it seems like he hit his head on a sloppy play by Justin Bain, taking the ball down the floor by himself. Definitely not a ball handler. I wouldn't trust him with the ball after seeing that play.
Yeah, and you were talking about selfish play by the Knights. The Dragons aren't really playing team basketball either. It's mainly been you pass it to one of them and they want the shot. They're the ones who's going to either drive in or just shoot a three. So if both teams start playing team basketball, I think this game will get a lot less sloppy. As we wait to see what's happening right now. And from what we're seeing on the stat sheets, tonight's leading scorer for the Farmington Knights is Jordan Ankrum, who's got 9 of the 28 points. He is usually the leading scorer on the Knights. So he's been pretty dominant as 33 on Desoto does get up and he does walk to the bench. Looks like our trainer's just going to examine him on the bench. I'd say a concussion test. As the teams get back onto the floor with 1:18 left in the first half. Knights with a 17-point lead.
Dragons bring it in. You know, I definitely agree with you on the selfish play, like I said, and it's just getting way out of hand. And we got a quick play trying to make up for it. Bain loses it to 22 for the Dragons, and sloppy play. Gosh, dang. Do these guys know how to practice? I don't know. But, you know, they just can't perform right now in this first half. Hopefully it's something they say in the locker room to these players.
That one play right there, right before the end of the half, summed up the first half. You summed it up in one possession. Sloppy play. There was 3 turnovers on that one play, and Soto's trapped in the corner. 31 goes in, gets fouled, and going to get an and one. 33.4.
It was on the floor.
So they're not counting the shot. He'll just shoot 1 and 1.
Nope, we're going to take it out of bounds here. Definitely wrong on that call, Jack. Learn your basketball. You got junior Connor Gage coming in with 33 seconds left. And now they do bring it back, so mess up on me.
No problem. As in for the Knights is one of the juniors you were talking about, 6'9", Connor Gage. I'm sorry, 6'10". It seems he's grown. He's as tall as the Milwaukee Bucks rookie.
You like the Milwaukee Bucks, don't you? Even though they're one of the worst teams. We bring it back here. God, you are terrible at choosing your teams. Knights are here at the top of the key, and Boehm here has it with 12 seconds left. And it seems like they're trying to waste time, even though they're still trying to be quick with it. And a dumb foul here on the Dragons, as DJ Hardy will take it out of bounds here with 7 seconds left, and the Knights lead at 28-11. Callahan brings it in quick, and it's to Barnes, and he puts it up for 2, and the Knights break the 30-point mark in the first half, and that will end it for, quick shot, almost goes in, but, that always happens. So, definitely a sloppy play for the Knights, and definitely a sloppy play for the Dragons. So, expected for the Knights before this game? Expected for the Dragons before this game?
I expected the Knights to come out and play a real sharp, real straightforward, this is how you play basketball kind of game. And I've been surprised by how sloppy they are as the Farmington Nightline team takes the court, and we'll leave you with them.
And we bring it back after the performance by the Nightline of Farmington High School. I'm here now with Sara LaChance, fellow BKTV student, as my Jack Pinkley had to leave on an urgent call. I definitely wasn't surprised. No, wasn't seeing what came from the Knights and the Dragons in the first half, but it was a complete disappointment to me, as I didn't see, like I said, that coming. The Knights performed well in the Christmas tournament, and I expected them to play well again here after defeating Eureka a couple nights ago. And, enjoy watching the Knights. And, tonight it really disappointed me. Really, really disappointed me with the sloppy play. And, I haven't really seen that much from the last couple of years, but it's coming. Maybe in the second half they'll take it better, but definitely, hopefully, they pick it up. A quick update here on the Missouri Tigers. They're not playing tonight, but will play tomorrow against the Vanderbilt team at Vanderbilt. And excuse me. And on Saturday they'll take on Alabama at home, and then that next Tuesday they'll take on LSU. So to me, it's not been a very special season for the Tigers after having those incredible seasons going into the NCAA tournaments. But, it's definitely something that could happen coming into conference play after being 1-1, losing to Georgia in overtime at home and only beating Auburn by 2 on the road. And the Tigers are definitely a weak team, it seems like, this year. Not playing very smart. Got a little selfish players controlling the ball a little too much. But it's definitely, coming through for them, and they're still getting those wins. But, coming into conference play, hopefully they can pick it up and get those important wins to get them one of the better seeds in the conference tournament. After that quick break we took, sorry for not taking you out on that. It was kind of a close one there. You know, the Knights will bring it out here as we're getting ready to start the second half. And, you know, it is productive. It's 30-11, so the Knights did their job. So definitely something to look good out on. The Knights probably will come back into the second half with Logan England, Eli Pratt, Garrett Callahan, Jordan Akram, and DJ Hardy. Yes, exactly that. And, you know, you see this team kind of slowly walking onto the floor, but, you know, is definitely something to come out of it. And it should be a good second half as you got Logan England here guarding up at the top of the key. Dragons have it here on the corner, and a little quick play here, slowing it down actually now, and good defense here by England. And Callahan and England looking to trap maybe here in the corner. No, you got England here up at the top, and another good smackdown by Logan England. And you got quick defense here by the Knights, so not as sloppy. Maybe Callahan gave him a little talking to, but it's still sloppy by the Dragons. Quick pickup by the Logan England, and over to Ankrum for another two, and it's 32-11. That should be 11 on the night for Ankrum, and I believe it is. So he has as much points as the Dragons. So Dragons not performing very well on offense, but maybe that's due to the possibly good defense that the Knights have performed. Dragons have it up here at the top of the key, trying to get something to go. And you got it here on the right side of the court. Another quick play on defense. And it should stay with the Dragons as it is. And got two players here on the wings, two players down here on the block. And it goes out to the guy on top of the key. So they'll try and start something going here, some movement possibly. And the defense is standing still, but it seems like it's just working because Dragons moving a lot, being quick, but not going anywhere. And another quick play on defense by Ankrum. And moving down the floor, England with a great play, and he takes it from one side of the floor to the next for another two, and it's 34-11. Got 6:30 here left for the rest of the quarter, and it should be a blocking foul on the number 25 of the Knights, Jordan Akram, and that's the first on the half and his second on the night. Dragons run the same play on inbounds, and now it's over here on the right side of the wing, and he takes it up for two, and it's good. So that'll end the slow drought for the Dragons. Now it's 34-13. Ankrum coming up to the top, quick two, takes it a little, maybe too quick, and Dragons pick it back up, and now they're at their end of the floor. Up at the top of the key, you got number 15, and it's back to the side, could be a three, and it is, and it's up, and it's good. So the Dragons off to a little quicker, you know, good couple of 30 seconds, and it's back to 34, and it's up to 34-16. Got England up here at the top of the floor, and trying to get something to move here. He's got Hardy to Pratt. Pratt takes it down, gets nowhere, back up to Hardy. Get a little something started again. Ankrum takes it in, and he's quick, strong, and he gets it. Another 2 points for Ankrum. Dragons have it up here on the top of the key. Getting a little more exciting here as teams are playing a little better. Oh, not on that play for the Dragons, but Ankrum takes it quickly down the floor, and it's batted out by the Dragons. So the Knights will get it down under the basket. Got a little square going here around the paint for the Knights. And they move out quickly, and it's up at the top of the key to Hardy over to England. England takes another three on the night, and he misses this one, but it's another rebound by Ankrum, and it's another shot by Ankrum, and now it's another two by Ankrum. So definitely a strong night for him again. So quickly recovering from that ankle injury in the Christmas tournament. And it's an offensive error by the Dragons again as they get the walking call. The Knights will bring it back down the floor here with 4:49 left in the third quarter. England slowly taking it up the floor, getting a little something, getting the Dragons moving, get guys open, moving it. Hardy down open under the basket, and they see him and get him the 2 points. It's now 40-16. Points are scoring now here in the second half as the Dragons quickly move it up. And now they're stuck here at the top of the key, quickly getting back to action here on their side of the court. Trying to get something to move here, trying to get people open down in the block, but you just can't get it as they take another three and miss another three. England quickly moving, a quick pass to DJ Hardy as he takes it up and misses it, but it will be for 2 points as he takes 2 shots, as what I mean, on the free throw line. That was the first foul of the half on the Dragons, and that's the 4th on number 12 for the Dragons. So we'll probably see a good substitution coming in here soon. DJ Hardy here will take 2 shots. And as I said, he will come out now and probably not come back in until the end of the 4th quarter if needed. DJ Hardy makes the first one. And he takes his second shot, and it is up, and it's good to make it 42-16. Dragons bring it in, and stuck over here in the corner, and quickly gets out of it, brings it up to their side of the floor, and it should be a charge call, and it is a charge call, so it's the 2nd on the half for the Dragons. A little too quick, a little too out of the way, but it's definitely a positive for the Knights. Bringing in 2 more players is Barnes and Mann for the Knights. Going out is Hardy and Pratt. England slowly takes the ball up the floor again, trying to get something maybe to happen, get some players expanded out on the floor, and just get some wider movement into the game, as the last half was definitely in and next to each other the entire time, trying to get things happening. But maybe moving people out, moving people wide, gets it going, and it seems like it's been productive for the Knights as they're moving it on the arc, getting it wide, and it's Barnes taking it in with a quick shot, misses it, but the Dragons take it down here, and it's a mistake, and Callahan passes it up to Ankrum. Ankrum can't control it, and he takes the 2, and it's in. That makes it 44-16 here with 3:26 left on the time. Dragons having a little trouble, and of course they'll take a full timeout here as we come to almost the end of the 3rd quarter. Sara, definitely an improvement on the first half for the Knights.
Definitely. I feel as if their first half was kind of sloppy. They were taking shots on the outside, I feel, too much and weren't successful enough. But I feel as if they're really starting to drive in and be a little bit more successful. Yeah,
I definitely agree with that. And, you know, the Knights have definitely done well here in the second half. A big, even bigger improvement. And the Knights are just taking it to town, leading it 44-16. Should be the Desoto ball, and it is. And we got, no, seems like it's all the same 10 that was just out on the floor. And the Dragons will take it out underneath their own basket. Over here on the left side, trying to get it, got another 10-second call, close, but they are down on their side of the floor. He's in, and it's up, and it's not good, but another offensive rebound, which we've seen a lot tonight. It's been a lot of offensive rebounds for both teams. And You know, Logan England once again taking it slowly here, trying to get the floor expanded as he takes it inside, gets it down into the paint, out back outside to Ankrum. Ankrum back out to Logan England. No roll to Barnes for the three, and he makes it and moves it up 47-18. Good three-point shots taken this half. A little too much on the first half, like Sara said, but getting a little smarter with the ball, getting a little smarter with their options. Just taking real good control of the game. Dragons take a shot here, and it's a three, so you got some threes going down for both teams now. And England slowly taking it up, spanning it out, and passes it quick over to Callahan. Callahan back up top. And he drives it down into the middle, getting them to separate from the players on the outside. Ankrum with the tip up, man with the outside shot, and it's off the brick, and Dragons pick up the rebound. Still staying outside the arc. Seems like the Knights defense is holding them pretty well as they finally get a little bit inside, but only by 5 feet. It's back up top and staying up top as he can't get anything going here. Screen and over to the other side of the floor. And you got some movement going in, and it's good defense by the Knights. Picked up by Ankrum and out to England as it's a quick play to Barnes, and it's up for another two, and he misses it. But he tries and gets it back, almost a foul. And the Dragons now bring it back on their own side of the floor. A little wild, but looks like it's productive as they get the defensive foul here on the Knights. That will be their second in this half. As we come into the 1 minute, 15-second mark, we got three players coming in for the Knights: DJ Hardy, Devin Nagel, Justin Bame, and Jonah Barnes, Garrett Callahan, and Jordan Ankrum coming out of the game. First free throw is up and good. Oh, it seems like they did count the shot, and so it's a three-point play here by the Dragons. England getting things separated here. Bame down to man. Man up to Nagel. Nagel can't hold it, and the Dragons get it, and it's back to the Dragons side of the floor. Take another shot here. He seems like he could be hot, but he misses it. And it is a Knights ball. Another play come back in is Eli Pratt for Brett Mann. England saving time now and getting players separated, doing a well job at that. Might start attacking the middle of them too and try and get some players to move. And no, he'll just get it over to Bame, and Bame back to England. England saving time now as he's staying up here at the top of the half court. Spins around the players, and it's over to Bame. Bame still moving it back, and it looks like it's a foul on number 22 on the Dragons. Should be his second on the night, and it is. We got 18 seconds here, so approaching fourth quarter pretty fast now. After the slow first half. That's 47-24 the Knights. And saving time is England again. He might attack here. And he does, and he gets it through to Pratt, and a sweet play on that. Inside to Pratt to get the two. It's now 49-24, and it's up and not good. Okay, so an improvement most definitely on the Knights for this quarter. Still seeing sloppy plays by the DeSoto Dragons.
Definitely. I personally feel as if the Knights defense has been a really good assistant to their offense to keep their lead so far.
Yeah, definitely an agreement on that. The Knights are picking it up both on the offense and the defense, so it's turning out to be a good second half so far for the Knights as it's 49-24. We'll take a quick break here, and we'll be right back at the start of the fourth quarter. As we're back here at the start, you got Callahan in at the point guard as England goes out. And it seems like you have Devin Nagel come back in, or staying in, and DJ Hardy possibly coming back in. And it's a walk for the Dragons, so more sloppy play by the Dragons. And the Knights get it back and possibly take it above the 50-point mark. Callahan doing a little different style than what England was doing, slowing down the play and separating it out. But a drive to the basket makes it a little more exciting. So you got an under the basket inbounds play here for the Knights. Two guys on the wing, guy coming up. Pratt gets it at the top of the key. Bame looking for Nagel at the bottom, and he puts it up, and it's not good. So he will be taking 2 shots. And, you know, it's definitely improving for the Knights on the offense. So getting better and better since the first quarter. Seems like it should be another made free throw here by the Knights. And it is, so it's a 50-point mark. And they're up by 26 on the Desoto Dragons. Another shot coming up here for Devin Nagel. And he makes it, and the Dragons will bring it in, down 27. Dragons taking it down. Oh, it's quick. Oh, and it's a block by Nagel. Good defensive play there. Haven't seen much of him here on the defense, but that definitely got him seen. Nagel calling it for it down at the block. Definitely wants it after that good block. England passes it back out, or Callahan passes it back out to DJ Hardy for another 3. I think he's only made 1 on about 7 tries, so not a good night, but you do see that with DJ Hardy. He has his nights, he has his off nights. So the Knights will take a timeout here with 6:54 left in the game, leading 51-26. So it's definitely coming to a close quick here as the Knights are speeding up the game, and we're seeing possibly some second-team players coming in for the Knights. So you could be seeing those juniors I was talking about earlier, seeing some playing time here pretty soon. Callahan brings it up to the top of the key over to Hardy. Hardy, Ankrum looking for the play but didn't get it. Excuse me. Ankrum up at the top of the key looking for something taller than everybody out there on the floor. And Hardy up here now by himself at the top of the key looking for something. And it's Pratt and the Knights. Of course, after that misunderstanding on that play, we'll take another timeout. It's 30-second timeout. So do you think the Knights are starting to get, you know, like we're going to win this game kind of mentality on this?
I feel as if they know they've got it in the bag, but I don't see any laziness in my opinion, but I feel as if they definitely know they're going to bring it to a close.
Yeah, okay. That sounds about right. The Knights are definitely bringing improvement onto the season after the kind of a slow start. So most likely with another win tonight, they will improve their record to, I think it's going to be 7-3.
I believe it'll be 8-3.
8-3, 8-3.
I believe after the Christmas tournament, they got it to 7.
Okay, so the Dragons down here on their own side after a quick rebound, quick take down the floor, and they're staying out here on the arc again, but getting it inside, and it is a foul on the Knights, and that will be their 3rd on the half. You have Logan England coming in for, looks like Justin Bain. So got 2 guards here on the floor for the Knights. So you could be seeing something happen here with some 3-point shots. Out on the arc again is the DeSoto Dragons, and staying out on the arc. Just can't seem to get inside with this tight Knights defense. Move it in. Oh, and they do get it in, but they do not capitalize on that play. I believe it was a walk, and it was a walk on the Dragons, so the Knights will get it back as, like I said, junior player Mike Pinkley gets some time in. So we do see another guard come into the play with Logan England again up here at the top, slowing things down. And a little different play here. Bank in, bank out. And Knights are trying to just get some play going in. Eventually something will open up, but it seems like it hasn't yet. And the Knights are now moving it out, and they're inside to Ankrum, but it should be all the Dragons, and it does stay here with the Knights. 5:35 left. It's quickly coming to an end. Out on top is Pratt, over to Pinkley. Pinkley takes it up and gets it a little too close, and he's back out on top over to England. And now sitting at the come-in bench is junior player Connor Gage. So you have two junior players out on the floor now. Three with Ankrum. I'm just adding in the two second-team players. Ankrum now open down to the block, and it's quick. Smart play by England, definitely what I saw. And that adds on to Ankrum's spectacular points night. Dragons bring it onto their side of the floor. And you got another junior coming in Jordan Pfister. And now the Dragons have it down here on the corner. And up to the top and over to the side. And just trying to get something in, but it's not working. Just won't work, and it's how it's been all night for the Dragons. And just three after three, and they finally get in. And he makes the miraculous shot, and it's definitely not what I expected, but it does go in and it adds on to the count on the scoreboard as it's 53-28. He will be taking one shot here on the foul. Got Jordan Pfister in now, so 4 juniors on the floor and 1 senior in Logan England. Other junior player is Aaron Hargis, but I believe he is sick on the night, so not being able to play with this opportunity as the others do. England here tries to get it in, but I believe Pfister can't handle the wild pass and goes out of bounds. Dragons have it here on the nice side of the court, and now it's back onto theirs. And should be seeing maybe a little bit of trying to get inside now with a little more experience out of the game. They take the shot up, but Ankrum gets it. Ankrum's trying to get out of it and keeps the dribble after a weird slip, but Mike Pinkley's out here, and it looks like he'll take the shot, and he takes it, and it's good, and that is a 2 by Mike Pinkley. So the first one for the second team, and we'll take a 30-second timeout here by the Dragons, so we will be right back after that timeout. And welcome back. We got the Dragons bringing it in after that 30-second timeout. 3:50 left here on the clock. The Knights lead at 55-29, and they got 4 juniors in, and it seems like a quick foul here on number 2, Mr. Connor Gage. Definitely a threat out on the floor, being 6'10". Such a overpowering kind of guy, and that's his second foul on the night. England keeping the ball from coming in, and it's almost a 5-second play, and they get it in, and it's up, and they make it so they get over the 30-point mark. And it's 55-31 with England bringing it down their side of the floor. Quick to anchor him over here. It seems like it's just a quick move around the wing kind of play, trying to just get something to happen down inside, but nothing happening yet. Quick double team here, and look to be a offensive mess up, but it comes out as a foul, and that is the 5th on the night for number 12 from the DeSoto Dragons, so they will bring in another player.
You know, I really feel as if even with the second team in, we have a really big safety net, and they're really helping us close out this game, tune in against DeSoto. I feel as if the second team is really showing what they can do.
Oh yeah, definitely. They haven't had much time to show what they've done, but after this night, I hope Callahan can definitely see what's been going on, as a quick 2-point play there by Connor Gage gets him on the scoreboard, as it's 57-31 now as we hit the 3-minute mark in the 4th quarter. That's a steal here, and Pfister takes it out, and he gets the 2 points. So that means the 3 second-team juniors have definitely shown what they're made of, and possibly could be seeing a little more playing time. So an improvement for everybody, it seems like, in the second half. And now it's 59-31. And the Dragons take another 3, so that could be possibly the 40th 3 these two teams have taken tonight. I might be exaggerating, but I could be right. So definitely not a smart game outside tonight, but it is what it is, and the Knights will come away with this win. Don't know what the score will be at the end. A missed shot there by Mike Pinkley, and quick steal, and as he takes it down, he could get the 2 points here, and he does. So a good play there with the steal and put back in. So it's 61-31 now, and it's a blocking foul. It should be on number 4, Logan England, and that could be a second, as we have Devin Nagel and Garrett Callahan come in for Ankrum and England. So this should be your final 5 you see tonight, with 1:30 left on the clock, with the turbo clock on now because it is 30 points separated. Bring it in up at the top of the key like always tonight, and moving it around on top of the key, trying to get something in. Could be a walk there, and it is. And the Knights will take it back down the floor here with 1 minute left, and it's closing in on the Knights. Another win. So it's good, impressive win by the Knights, taking control of it, improving themselves coming into the second half. And so definitely showing off what the second team is made of. And Pfister here takes it, and it should stay with the Knights, as it does. Turbo clock running down the time. So got 37 seconds left here, and it's off the foot of the Dragons, so the Knights will take it back again at the same spot. Trying to get it in. They get something in, but it goes to the Dragons, but Connor Gage picks it up. Mike Pinkley with the 3, and he makes it. So that should be 7 points on the night by the junior, so definitely showcasing what he's made of. So Callahan should be playing him a little bit more now. Pfister with the pickup. Got 10 seconds left here, ladies and gentlemen. That's a good win for the Knights, and definitely something. And another 2 here by Jordan Pfister. So the final score is 66-31 as we finish out the night. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ian Semar. In the first half was Jack Pinkley, and in the second half was Sara LaChance. Have a good night.